I got a video here about a couple things from more journalism, quote unquote, stupidity. Closer News Weekly, and all this stuff's archived. I ain't giving a fucking click to these fucking people. The Boys season 3 is going to tackle toxic masculinity and racism. Oh God. Anyway, it goes on and it talks about the boys and it kind of gives you a little bit of information about it, and it goes on and on, the usual type of stuff, talking about how the heroes, are they're subversive and they're like kind of like caricatures, so to speak, of like Superman and Batman, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, it'll season 3 of The Boys will sort out heavy points. I mean, within the second season, The Boys explored the considering a white supremacist, which is when most people probably started tuning the damn show out. Because it's like, man, you want to start lecturing people about that? Take that and go elsewhere. I watch entertainment to be entertained, not to be lectured to. I don't give a flying fuck what your little stupid point is. I don't care. I just want to be entertained, man. Anyway, and it's going on and on and on and okay. In season 3, The Boys isn't content material to go away the seeming components of our previous behind. That doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't know who wrote this, but whatever. Okay. The show's creator, Eric Kripke, talked about The Boys in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter. He defined that the plot has made it doable to delve into points which might be nonetheless affecting individuals at the moment. And he goes on, and so we've got this character, Soldier Boy, played by Jensen Ackles, who has been around since World War II, and through him we're able to delve into issues as disparate as toxic masculinity and racism. And then he goes on and says, we've been able to explore not just the here and now, but the past, and that's exciting. No, it's not. It's not exciting. What the fuck's the matter with you? How many fucking movies are they gonna make? How many TV shows are they gonna make about racism and toxic masculinity and all this kind of bullshit, white privilege, and all that fucking horse shit, man? I'm sick and tired of it. And it's like you can't come out as a show now unless you tackle that issue. If you can't be stunning and brave and talk about this stuff. And it's like, there's nothing stunning and brave about it. That's why people make fun of you by saying that, because like, everybody's fucking doing it. It's just fucking, it's terrible. It's fucking terrible. Leave that shit at home, man. Nobody wants it. Alright, the second article is from Gamespot. It's a Dune review. The one you've been waiting for, by Michael Rougeau. And it goes on, and if you don't know much about Dune, it's complicated, but basically there's a guy. Well, and this is why I'm telling you this. There's a white guy, played by Timothy Chalamet. I don't know how you pronounce his name exactly, but he's like the it guy, or one of the it guys, I should say, because he's a good-looking guy. But he's, I mean, I'm not a good judge of what good-looking men are and stuff. I'm just not. I can't. There's guys I see that are. I'm like, I think that guy would be a good-looking guy. He'd be considered good-looking. And there's people, and then they, women, by that I mean, or I guess gay guys too, would be like, nope, here's a guy who's much better looking, and it looks like some fucking gump. So I don't know. I'm not a judge. But anyway, here's the part I want to talk about. But basically, this is the show or the movie, just so you know, that got hell because it didn't have any dark-skinned black people. Now it's got several like light-skinned POC, as they would say. Like for instance, Jason Momoa is in here. So is Oscar Isaac. Zendaya's in here. Javier Bardem. I mean, hell, Dave Bautista's in here. Among others. I mean, Josh Brolin's in the cast. Oscar Isaac. But anyway, Chen Chang. But anyway, and it got hell for not being black enough, basically. Is what they said. Here's the part I really want to highlight. The elephant in the room, if there is one, is the fact that Dune is an almost 60-year-old story that suffers from a reliance on the all-too-familiar white savior trope. Paul Atreides, a powerful young white man, is hailed as a messiah and the fulfillment of prophecy by many of the brown-skinned residents of Arrakis. And then it goes on. And the problem is, if the story of Dune is basically that white guy works with the natives, the the brown-skinned residents, to basically, well, I won't give away too much, but basically to do away with the villains, who are all these white guys. So it's like, so a white guy working with a bunch of, brown-skinned people to defeat a bunch of white guys. That's a white savior trope. It's like, man, get the fuck out of here. But then what also made me, just shake my head is, okay, he's got this complaint. Most of the other stuff he liked. What does he give? He gives it a fucking 10. It's like, dude, like the original story, it relies on familiar white savior tropes. Well, you must not care too much about it being a white savior trope if you're still giving the thing a goddamn 10. I mean, like, seriously, like, to me, that's almost mind-boggling. Like, you give it and I'm not one of those types to say, well, you only give things a 10 when they're perfect, because nothing will be perfect. So I'm all for giving things 10s and stuff. That's fine. But it's like you give it a 10, which basically means that you loved it, you thought it was awesome, but you still have to complain about a white savior trope. So you didn't knock it down a little bit to a 9, 9.5 or something. You must not care too much about it then, you virtue signaling putz. Like, seriously, like, if you care that much about this white savior trope, like you're acting, you devote an entire friggin' paragraph to it. It's like, it should be a 10. Anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap it up. I just wanted to share that because that's stupid. Anyway, like I said, I'll wrap it up here. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.